Hello, welcome back uh, to MAD, which stands for Making a Difference. Once again, these are videos that were put on my heart, both as a parent, um, as a human who was once a young man growing up in the world just like you, young man and young woman, just like you, who has a story to tell, just like you, who've experienced some pain, some disappointment, some frustration, some letdowns, some tragedy, some hurt, some abandonment, some neglect, abuse, sexual, emotional, verbal, at the hands of a variety of people, people that you've loved, cared for, trusted, hoped in, confided in, whoever it is, it's happened. And it happens more often than we know, young man and young woman. And so these videos are for you. And my hope is that they will make a difference in your life in a positive way and cause you to begin to love yourself, think, make better choices, share, tell someone of what's happening in your life, tell them of the hurt, tell them of the people, the things, and the places that have sought to draw you in and manipulate you and deceive you, no matter what it is. I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel loved, supported, cared for, encouraged, motivated. But I also want you to be aware, to understand and accept love from those of us who truly, truly want to see you make it in life, succeed, and accomplish all the things that you've desired to do in a positive way without hurting others, and mostly by not hurting yourself. And so this video, it asks the question, do you ever feel like giving up? Young man or young woman, today, maybe yesterday, maybe for a long time now, you're a young person. You have so much to see, to do, to live for. You have a purpose in life. You're not trash. You're not garbage. But in the midst of a story, your story, you may feel that nobody understands. Maybe you feel your dad doesn't understand. Maybe he's a single dad raising you and your brothers and sisters. Maybe it's a single mom raising you alone. Maybe you don't feel that you fit in. Sometimes at home, maybe all the time at home. Maybe you feel rejected. Maybe you feel rejected by your friends. Maybe it's your mom. Or maybe it's your dad. Or it could be both. Maybe you're in a relationship, young lady, with a young man. He's your first sexual partner, your first kiss. You feel to be your first love. And when he's not around, you're in so much pain. Young man, you just wanted somebody to love yourself and to get that love from them in return. Perhaps you two feel so strongly about each other that you've even talked about having a child, even in your young age. Perhaps, young woman, today, he's broken up with you, this boy that you are in love with or care about or really into. And you don't know how to deal with the pain. And so you begin to cut yourself. Young man, you begin to get involved in relationships because you feel that she's unfaithful, she lies, she's wild, she's out there, she doesn't care. And so you figure, why should I care? And it causes you to start hanging around with people that are introducing you to different lifestyles, whether sexual, drug related, violence, taking from others, hurting yourself. Young man and young woman, many of you are familiar with the word suicide. And when we have, as human beings, pain inside of us, it's only human to want it to go away. Some of us would prefer to receive a physical beating on our bodies than to deal with the pain that we go through, the sleepless nights, the tears that seem to never stop running down our face, the tears that once they touch your cheek, feels like hot water. It feels like it's scorching your skin, and your chest begins to tighten. And anything, young man or young woman, it seems, would be better than that pain. Is that how you're feeling today? Tonight? Are you in your room alone sometimes? Or even with other friends who feel the same way? And you cut your wrist. You desire more piercings, more tattoos. And I'm not saying that piercings and tattoos are wrong. I'm saying that you're not even aware sometimes that you're seeking to rid yourself of pain. Do you want to hurt yourself today? Do you want to give up? Is that how you feel? Do you, young lady, have a mom who all you've ever wanted was attention from her, but it seems like she gives it more to your other brothers and sisters, or maybe just a brother, maybe a sister. Maybe you feel that sister, because she's doing better in school, that your parents seem to give her more praise, and because your grades aren't as good as your sister's, they fail to recognize when you help out at home, when you clean, when you kiss your mom and dad and say you love them. Do you feel unappreciated, young lady? You're not alone. You have a story to tell. Perhaps that's all you want to do is talk to someone. Have you went and saw a therapist, young man or young lady? And it doesn't seem that they offer much help because the pain is still there. And you're thinking, why do I have to keep taking this medication? I still can't sleep. The pain is there. And young man and young woman, I'm here to tell you, it's very real. You're not alone when you feel this way. When I was a young man, I thought about many times jumping out of a 12th floor window in a building in which I once lived And I don't know why. I don't know why these thoughts were running through my head. But I was tired. I was frustrated. I was caught up in all of the bad choices that I had made. I wanted to go further in life. I heard things and didn't seem like it was opportunities for me. I wanted, longed, and needed for a relationship with my father. But he and my mother were divorced. My mother had gotten into a new relationship with a man who I didn't know. He was a stranger to me. I wanted my father. I needed my dad. And so I flocked and clinged to bad choices, drugs, alcohol. And it only messed up my mind and my heart even more because none of those things helped. All those things did was cloud my judgment and my perception and gave me negative thoughts. And so when it comes to committing suicide, I began to live suicidal. I put myself in situations and went to places and did things that were self-harming. It harmed me. And I began to become very sexually active with a lot of people. And then I was molested by adults who were supposed to help me, but they didn't. They lied to me, they manipulated me, and they made me feel, so at least I thought, they made me feel good temporarily. The drugs, the sex, the stealing, the lying. I was convinced in my mind, I was deceived and blinded at believing that it was really helping. But I was living suicidal. I was harming myself, and I would later learn that there was hope, that there are people who genuinely love me, that I had a purpose in my life. Do you know that, young lady? Your worth is so high that there is no dollar amount. All you've ever wanted to do was feel loved. Young man, has anyone ever told you that you matter? Has anyone ever hugged you and said, I'm proud of you, no matter what? The little or big things that you do or don't do, you're still my son. You're my nephew. You're my grandson. You're my friend. Young lady, are you being sexually active with one person, all these people? Maybe experimenting with both boys and girls because they seem like they understand you. They're going through the same pain. Young man, do you participate in behaviors that you know could get you killed, put you in jail, cause you to lose your family, the respect of others, kicked out of school, rejected by the community because they're afraid of you? Do you ever think about not only harming yourself, but other people? Do you really want to hurt yourself? Young man and young lady, you have so much worth. You're special and you're important. And you matter. You matter to a lot of people. And some of those people you just haven't met. But I'm here to tell you, I've been there. We all have a story to tell. Every adult that you've ever laid eyes on, they have a story. Do you want to hurt yourself? let's talk further. Stay tuned.